So for today's video, we are going on an adventure with Sharon and her son Jackson. Um, they asked me to go and may do a day with them, and we decided to go to Gettysburg to visit the Lincoln Train Museum. This is something from my past. I absolutely love it, and it was so great, the memories, because I remember when my dad, they had one of those penny machines where it sort of flattens the penny and then you can choose which image you want on it, and I was able to do that with Jackson, which was really cool because it was a memory from my dad. And then the first part, which you can't film, is you go through and Lincoln sort of takes you through the years of America, and it's just a really cool video. And then at the end of it, you actually go on the train ride, and so it sort of like looks like a car from a train, and it moves like it. You have the sounds of it, and then it's once again Lincoln talking about America and everything about it that's good. And it's just a really cool memory. They even have a little bit of a breeze coming on you, and you sort of can't watch the side video or because it sort of drives you a little nuts if you look at it because it's everything's speeding by on the side of the train. But it's just such a neat place, and I highly, highly, highly recommend if you get to Gettysburg, check out the Lincoln Train Museum. It's all volunteer. They really do such a phenomenal job, and the gentleman that runs it, he saved it from being destroyed. And it's just one of those cool roadside museums. It's very unique. It has a very eclectic collection, and you guys are going to get to see that. But it's just so cool. It's interactive for kids. It's great for adults to see all kinds of really cool things from their past. So let's enjoy this video. Thanks, everybody. So today we are here in the Lincoln Train Museum. They have a really cool video presentation. Abraham Lincoln takes you through time from the start of our country to today. This is the area that you're allowed to film. You get to see all the really, really neat stuff here as well. This is here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. You get to see a lot of really cool trains as they go around. You can push the buttons, sort of like Roadside America. It's really, really neat. But you get to see a lot of really cool stamps. I used to collect stamps as a kid. I used to love it. You get to see military history throughout time here. And one of the very, very cool things. So this is cool. This is a piece of ornamental woodwork from the USS Maine. This is the USS Maine blew up near Cuba, and that was what sort of started the Spanish-American War. Now we realize that most likely it was just a boiler explosion, nothing nefarious went on, but that's, Teddy Roosevelt released the hounds and William McKinley signed off on it, and we went to war. Here's a cool thing. You get to hear all these different bells. You can... Very, very cool. So here we have another cabinet. It has a bunch of different pins, things of that nature that have to do with 9/11. Then one of the things that I love, my dad collected a bunch of these. Like here, this set right here, this Civil War stamp set, that he collected, I still have, and I believe he had the Legends of the West, because my dad was into both of those. And just very, very cool. And then coinage as well is so important to people that collect here around the world, but it's just sort of cool. And then you have the old movies with John Wayne. John Wayne was my favorite cowboy, or my dad, and my favorite cowboy as well. But my dad used to watch the movies, El Dorado, Rio Bravo, Sons of Katie Elder was one of my favorites, The Magnificent Seven, and so on. But John Wayne was one of those that was so instrumental in my growing up. Those were the movies that my dad watched, and therefore the movies that I watched. I remember coming here as a kid and just how cool that was. See all these really neat. I think these would be O gauge. Yeah, I believe. I always had my favorite train car, which I had from my dad, was one of these trolley cars. And I still have that. And that one I'm looking for is HO, to run in and around the tracks in remembrance of my dad. And then you get to see some of these really cool lights and whatnot. So here you get to see some more coinage. And I think a lot of this stuff has to do with whether it's war or 9/11. Some more collectibles in regard to presidents, and then figures of Brotherhood of Arms. Sort of cool how you have, like, this is probably, I would assume, a collection. So they had Joshua Chamberlain, 20th Maine, George A. Custer, William T. Sherman, Ulysses S. Grant, Abraham Lincoln, Robert Lee, there's Stonewall Jackson, Jeb Stuart, and Nathan Bedford Forrest, and then a bunch of other soldiers, their regiments, and things like that, what state they fought for.
We can go there.
Very, very cool. I like the old ships. I remember when I worked at Dutch Way, they had these ships that you could buy, like collectibles, and I never bought any because I didn't have enough money, and that is terrifying. These are the things that nightmares are made of. They serve a historical purpose, but they're terrifying. I actually have the vinyl set of the Lonesome Train. My parents had that. My dad had the thing for JFK, and then also for Lincoln. It was a huge box set of records. Very, very neat. All these different things that you see here, just historical in nature, and just really, really neat to be able to see. And then you see a couple of Civil War shotgun, Sharps carbine, and a 5.77 Enfield rifled musket. And the last one is the Hawken percussion rifle.
Boy, it's so quiet in here, you wouldn't believe you have any kids around.
I know. He just discovered.
I love these Civil War plates. They're just, the art is so stunning.
Yeah, they're inspecting.
We're gonna continue the journey here in a little bit. This is neat, like World War II stuff here.
It's like a simulation.
And we will continue our
You should stand by the giant one.
You know, we have Lincoln costumes over there with the beards, you can put them on them.
Can you stand
We
by
got
the
cowboy costumes around the corner. Cowboy costumes, they're there.
It's a real
Deck them out as a cowboy.
I love these displays. This is for the Lincoln train. His funeral car.
Can you stand by the giant whistle so I can get your picture and see his big giant whistle is? Okay.
Here's the beard and the costumes over here.
Thank you.
Just another minute, we get all aboard.
Cool. I remember doing this as a kid.
You did?
Oh yeah. Yeah, my dad was a big Gettysburg guy, and I loved coming here. These are memories. Like the penny machine was like, I remember my dad doing that for me. It's just, this is such a neat place. Thank you for what you do.
Oh, man, I'm so glad you came back.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been 20 some years, maybe more. This is an awesome place.
I'll be right back.
Thank you. Takes you through all the different towns that they would have went through, and this was really was a time for America where there was a true mourning, because you know, to lose a president like that, true assassination, the first one, it was so shocking, as they had gone through worst time in our nation's history as well. train was the train ride is such a cool thing. I remember going on as a kid. They have like an 8-minute video here, and it is just such a neat experience because it actually moves and shakes like an actual. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was one of the coolest things. Here you sort of have a Christmas display. And then here's some more of those O-size trains. Sorry for the lights. These things are so neat.
Oh my gracious. This one's awesome. Totally.
This brings back such great memories from my dad, because this is a place we used to go. We used to also go to the creepy Hall of Presidents, which has now been sold off. That place used to terrify me. Some of them were good recreations of a president, and some of them were sort of terrifying. Get to look at it from this side too. Some of the buttons don't work. Some of these. I think some of them aren't working right now, but they would make. Oh, that one is. Turn the lights on. But this reminds me a lot of like a very small roadside America. They got hitting the one thing there for the. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Something. Is that thing? The noise went off, but this is such a cool place to bring kids, and you get to see the circus trains and all these really, really cool bits of history. How mine works. I definitely highly, highly recommend it. It's only $10 if you're an adult to come in here. A couple more that are a little terrifying. And the toy soldiers and all that as well. You get to see down here. Some more really neat bits of history, including a phone, more stamps. Very, very neat.
You ready? Okay, close your eyes. Reach around, reach around, reach around. Put it out. Come on. Ready?
Kinds of stuff that you can buy in the gift shop here. It's pretty cool. They have a lot of antiques and things like that in here, but they also have your normal gift shop stuff that you have. That's pretty cool down there, building of the Eiffel Tower. Bunch of books, all kinds of cool stuff, postcards. But definitely highly recommend coming on out, checking out the Lincoln Train Museum here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I will put up the address and everything. If you're whatever the A's are now, if you're a fan, they have a hat here for them. Because they're no longer Oakland. Even occasionally you come across people that are for sale. Oh my goodness, Sharon and Jackson. Oh, well, She's paid for them in full. And she continues to pay for them. They let things about to fall over.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I don't know where that is.
very nice. You see all the cool things around here.
Sorry.
You're welcome. It's okay. Just neat, cool place to come. Well, as always, I want to say thanks for coming along, and we'll see you all about town. So as always, I want to say thanks for coming along and viewing this video. We filmed everything that we could, but it was just an extraordinary adventure. It's a great memory and nostalgia for me from when I was a kid, when we used to visit Gettysburg as a kid all the time with my dad, and it was just a real neat experience that I was glad to take you along. And once again, thank you to Sharon and to Jackson for bringing me along and on another venture and having fun. Thanks as always, and we'll see you all about town.